Hi, this is Nathan Lehman with the Ultra Running Company, and today we're here to review the Salomon Sense Ride 2. From a very basic standpoint, the Salomon Sense Ride 2 is a transitionally cushioned, high-drop trail running shoe. So let's dive into that. But before we do, let me make a point. If you've run in the Sense Ride 1 and you liked it, go get this shoe. If you ran in the Sense Ride 1 and you did not like it, I don't think you're going to like this one either. The reason for that is the Sense Ride 2 is, in our mind at the Ultra Running Company, almost identical to the Sense Ride 1. There are minor cosmetic changes. Some people perceive differences and changes in the feel of the cushion, but from a technical standpoint and from our experience in running in this shoe quite a bit over the last month or so, we think that the Sense Ride and the Sense Ride 2 are pretty much interchangeable, which means if you can find a great deal on the Sense Ride 1, by all means, go grab it. If you want the latest and greatest with the best colors and the best upper on it, you may want to come in and give the Sense Ride 2 a shot. Both the Sense Ride 1 and the Sense Ride 2 are fantastic trail running shoes, and we recommend them both highly, but the change between the two versions really isn't enough for us to differentiate the two shoes very significantly. So with that caveat, let's look at what makes these shoes so fantastic. First things first, this is a transitionally cushioned shoe, which means it has 25 millimeters of cushion in the heel and 17 millimeters of cushion in the front. That also means, in addition to being transitionally cushioned, that it has a relatively high drop to it. The drop is the difference in cushion in the heel and the forefoot, and so when you take that 25 millimeters in the heel and 17 millimeters just under your metatarsals, you have an 8 millimeter drop on this shoe. So drop is also called heel to toe offset, and it's the additional rise under your additional amount of cushion under your heel. So at the Ultra Running Company, that 8 millimeters is about as high as we go. Any more than that, what you'll find is as you come through on your stride, the additional cushion under your heel has a tendency to catch on the ground, force you to land a little bit further in front of your center of gravity than you're used to, or than is ergonomically that good for you. And having 8 millimeters or less allows that shoe to come right through, land under your center of gravity, and promote a more efficient and healthy stride. The reason that we would go with a higher drop is if you do land a little bit in front of your body, that extra cushion is really going to take the edge off as you're running. So a little bit more cushion under the heel than the forefoot, about as high as we'd want it to be on a trail shoe. But the really interesting thing about this shoe is while it looks like it has a ton of cushion, the forefoot cushion is actually less than shoes that we would consider minimally cushioned. Shoes like the Ultra Superior, which is a fantastic zero drop shoe. That one has over 20 millimeters of cushion under the forefoot, which is actually more than this Sense Ride. So the nice thing about the Sense Ride is it gives you that cushion under the heel. It also gives you really nice control when you land on the ground. From our experience at the Ultra Running Company, we feel that although there's 8 millimeters of cushion in this heel, it, not to use a pun, but it rides like a much lower drop shoe. It feels like a lower drop shoe on our foot and still allows us to maintain our efficient form. So we're really comfortable running this regardless of how we generally feel about heel cushion. Next thing up, the traction on the shoe, really durable, hard rubber on the bottom. You're not going to have any issues at all with a Salomon durable rubber, whether you're running on rocks, whether you're running on generally groomed trails. The only time I'd avoid using this particular shoe, just because of the lug depth, is on things like mud runs and very, very technical terrain where you might want deeper lugs to really dig in and keep you stable. Moving on up from the cushion to the upper, this is really the only change that we personally feel between the Sense Ride 1 and 2, is that they've just changed the material up here a little bit. A lot of these structural pieces remain almost identical to where they were on the 1. It provides you a really nice fit, as always with Salomon's. The lacing system is second to none. Once you use this speed lace system, it really just locks you right in. You tuck this lace right up under your tongue, just like that, and you're never going to have to worry about your shoe coming untied. So really an innovative piece of lacing technology from Salomon. They're the only folks that do it. The only thing that we've seen that improves upon this particular strategy is the BOA system, currently included on a trail shoe like the Saucony Switchback. It really locks in place, and both of them do a really nice job of keeping your foot really secure. So great heel cup experience, great over the foot, and then the nice thing about the Ride is that it has plenty of room on your forefoot. It is a little tapered, so if you have a squarer type foot, this may not be the shoe for you, but it generally does accommodate different widths of foot right here, kind of at the widest part of your shoe. The one thing that sets the Sense Ride apart from some of the other Salomon trail shoes is the inclusion of what they call Vibe technology. So what that means is that Salomon is generally known for a firmer cushion on the rubber. They like you to be able to, regardless of the amount of cushion, they like you to be able to feel what's going on underneath your foot. So they make it a little firmer, not pillowy, not soft. In the case of this shoe, it's a small amount of this Vibe technology in the base of the shoe that allows you to maintain that kind of hard side-to-side feel, but when you press down on it in the heel area, for example, it absorbs a lot more. So it's just a small insert of a more springy cushion, a more shock absorbing. It's what they call an open cell cushion compared to the closed cell harder rubber around it. We kind of compare that to like running on rails, if you can imagine. The sides are very firm, the middle is quite soft. So it gives you kind of the best of both worlds. It makes this a very, very comfortable shoe to run in. I would personally consider this shoe for any distance, well over a marathon. It's accommodating for sizing and comfortable. The only time you tend to get, when you get way up in mileage, that lower cushion under your forefoot, you'd want to be comfortable with that and make sure that you run some really serious practice miles in it to make sure that that was enough for you over your longest runs. The Sense Ride weighs in at a women's 8.5 ounces and a men's 9.5 ounces. So as always, those two weights are on sample sizes, which are generally much smaller than the average foot. If you're looking at a shoe like this, my size, a 13, you're looking at closer to 12 ounces. My particular shoe weighed in at 11.8 ounces, which, while not light, for a size 13 is right in the range that we'd want to be. Anything below 10 would be exceptionally light. Anything above about 12.5 would be a heavier shoe, and you'd want to have a lot more cushion if you were carrying that type of weight around. So right kind of the sweet spot throughout this shoe as far as the landing of it, as far as the weight of it, and as far as the feel. This particular shoe comes in at $120, and we think it's just a fantastic deal at that. When you compare it to some of the S-Lab products out there at $160, $170, $180, getting a shoe like this at $120 that's as versatile as it is a really great deal. So it fits generally true to size, fits a wide variety of feet, and we think you'll be really happy if you like the Salomon feel. You'll really like the Salomon Sense Ride too. So come on into the Ultra Running Company. Check us out on our website at ultrarunningcompany.com, or visit your local store and try this shoe on. We know you'll be happy with it. Thanks, and let us know if you have any questions in our comment section. We'll try and get back to you as quickly as possible. We appreciate you watching.